on Inside the Comics, we take an in-depth look at Kick-Ass 3 by Mark Millar. And we're going to be talking everything I think about the comic, my kick-ass opinions, and stuff like that. So let's get this started. So, Kick-Ass 3 is the third volume in the series. Some might say Mark Millar is beating a dead horse at this point. I personally am a huge fan of Kick-Ass, the original movie. I'm really excited for Kick-Ass 2 coming out this summer, and I'm really excited to start reading Kick-Ass 3, the comic book, which I got today. And I must say, guys, I'm really impressed. I don't think Mark Millar is beating a dead horse. Maybe if he moves on to another prequel comic, like with Kick-Ass's point of view instead of Hit Girl's, and he does like a Kick-Ass 4, then he might be beating a dead horse. But right now, if he ends it, hopefully this is the last story in the Kick-Ass universe. You got to know when to stop, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's done yet, and I'm kind of glad for that, because Kick-Ass is great in my opinion. But let's get on to my opinions of the comics. So the comic starts off with Kick-Ass reading a letter that Hit Girl left for him in case she ended up dying or getting busted. And basically it tells all the stuff that they need to know in order to break her out of prison. It gives them $2 million in order to buy stuff that they might need, like, you know, weapons and stuff. It gives them all the instructions of where to get in and stuff like that to break her out of prison. And so basically Kick-Ass gets all of his group together, all the other superheroes that he can, to break Hit Girl out of the prison. And they go to the prison, they're all getting into their gear, they walk up to the prison, and then like a guard shows up and he's like, whoa, you know, you're superheroes, leave. And so they all bitch out and they, don't save her. And then it's like, oh, like 6 months later, and they haven't rescued Hit Girl. And that's like, I wouldn't say that's surprising. That's, they're all, really big pussies in the Kick-Ass universe. They're not real superheroes. And I think that's part of the charm of Kick-Ass, is that he is not on the level of a Hit Girl, of a big daddy, but he wants to be, I would say. And so they're making arrests, you know what I mean, and they come back to the headquarters, him and his friend Todd, and they are like, whoa, what's everyone, doing here, being a slob, not doing anything right and not making any arrests. Like, Todd and Kick-Ass are the only ones making any arrests. So he's like, all right, tomorrow we're going to do a mandatory meeting. Anyone who's not here is expelled from being a superhero. So everyone's like, all right, cool, we better be here tomorrow. But at this point, they've graduated. Like, Kick-Ass has graduated, as well as his friends and everything. And Marty, who's, I don't even know what his superhero name is, but Marty's went off to college. He's not a superhero anymore. But Todd and Kick-Ass are still superheroes. So that's pretty interesting. They've kind of just, I think something that Kick-Ass says in the comic, he's like, I've just screwed up my life, like my actual life, so much that I'm better off being Kick-Ass instead of my actual, like, me. My actual personal life comes second to the Kick-Ass thing, because I just have nothing going for me at this point. So I really found this comic interesting. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to tell you guys the ending. It's not really that big of a deal, but I just want you guys to be able to read it and find out everything for yourself. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give this comic around like an 8 or a 9, which in my opinion is saying like it's worth picking the next issue up. So yeah, definitely, if you guys haven't already, read Kick-Ass Volume 3, issue number 1. It was definitely really fun. Lots of dialogue, not so much action in the first issue, but I assume it's going to keep on raising the bar. Hopefully they break out Hit Girl in the next issue, or maybe in like 2 issues, because I'm really looking forward to seeing her. But other than that, guys, that's my opinions on Kick-Ass Volume 3. If you guys have any things you want me to talk about here on Inside the Comics, let me know by commenting down below. Also, make sure you come back tomorrow for a new episode of Comic Book Pickups. I took some suggestions from you guys from the comments on what to pick up and start reading. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. Make sure to check back next week for another episode of Inside the Comics every Wednesday. So later, guys.